Hello everyone, my name is Tyre of BLAISE AUTOCARE. Today on the program we'll be bringing to you a very interesting auto care aspect which has to do with your tires and the tire pressure monitoring system. Good enough for those of you who have vehicles that were manufactured 2007 and above. You likely have that fitted on your cars. For most people, seeing that sign, a cross section of a tire with an exclamation mark in the center, it could mean a horrifying thing, which to them is like another expensive visit to the workshop. But be it as it may, this innocent sign is actually there for your safety. It doesn't necessarily mean an expensive repair. It could only mean to you that something is wrong with your tires. Basically, on the tire pressure monitoring system, it's there actually designed for safety reasons. It's there to let you know when you have an underinflated tire, which is a major cause of accidents on our highways today, and also overinflated tires. The tire pressure monitoring system comes in two forms. We have the direct and we have the indirect. The indirect you probably would have found in your earlier cars, for those who have it as early as 2000, 2003. That works with your speed sensors and the ABS sensor. But in recent times, it was upgraded to the direct system. Now, if I will just brief you a little bit on the indirect system. The indirect system, it's a bit cheap. It's cheaper to maintain, which a lot of you would like to hear, but it is not as safe and as precise as the direct system. Now, the indirect system works with your ABS and speed wheel sensors, and all it does is send signals from your wheels to the central processing unit, which is the ECU. Well, we call it your brain box. That's the local balance. The brain box processes that and sends you a signal to your dashboard with that, well, so-called daredevil light popping up again. Now, why the indirect system, as much as it's cheaper to maintain, it has a few disadvantages. One is that it only takes, the principle under which it operates is that it takes the rotation per second, or the rate of rotation of each wheel in comparison to other wheels, processes that and gives you a light on. Why we are saying it's a bit unprecise is that if, for example, you are having a wheel that is underinflated, what that means is it's not going to have the same rotation as a wheel that is inflated. And so once it picks that signal of variance in wheel speeds, it will automatically give you a sign on your dashboard to say you have a tire pressure system problem. But now, this is where the problem lies. If, for those who do not know, you buy a tire without consulting an expert, and you get a tire size which is slightly smaller than what is recommended for that vehicle, then you're going to likely have that light come on every now and then. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you have a pressure issue with your tires. But the direct system, with all of its beauty and safety components, actually gives you the exact pressure on each wheel. I mean, for the more sophisticated cars you actually drive, like your Mercedes, your BMs, and your Lexus editions, it's so wonderful that it gives you every wheel, including your spare tires for those that are equipped with that. It gives you the pressure, and it also gives you the temperature of that tire at every given time. And that's a very wonderful scenario. I'm going to take you over to a sample tire to let you know what a TPMS sensor is. I mean, what actually sends the signal to your dashboard. Let me just walk you over to a tire we're actually fitting on for this beautiful car here. Now, Just to let our viewers know what the TPMS sensor could be, so that when you go to an auto shop, you understand what it means, and it will help you appreciate going to a proper tire service center to have your cars checked and not by the roadside, because of the kind of equipment and because of the kind of trained personnel you get at this service center like you have here at BLAISE AUTOCARE. A typical sensor for the direct sensor system which you find in your car, like I said, from 2007 upwards, looks just like this. They come in different shapes and different sizes for different vehicles, but it's just a simple component with a battery fitted in it. And by the way, these batteries are meant to last you as long as a decade. And so it's also very important to note that if your car is getting to 8, 9, 10 years, you most likely have issues with the TPMS reporting, and as such you need to visit a tire service center equipped to handle TPMS systems to have that checked out for you. But here is a sample rim that we have depressed. Normally what you see is your vulcanizers or your tire service center inflate your tire from the valve. But from behind the valve is what you find is this. A closer look at what we have here will show you how it is placed in your rims. So this is what your typical TPMS sensor mounted on your wheel looks like. I mean, it's just like a hidden camera. And so once we cover up this tire, the hidden man does his job of giving you accurate temperature and pressure readings of your tire at every given time for your safety. Like you know, I'm going to show you a typical example of a TPMS light that comes on your dashboard. This is what your typical TMS warning light looks like. That's the TPMS light. It's now off. We go the extra mile for the safety and of our customers, as well as the safety of their cherished equipment. I mean, their cars. We have a a TPMS scan tool, which we use. We don't just do guesswork, which we use to make sure that this is properly done and done right for you. For example, I'm going to take a reading of this rear wheel, and you see how it works. This has been fitted, and as you can see, we have selected for this is a Toyota Land Cruiser on a scan tool, this is an easy scan tool to use. It has the model and the year for you. Well, I'm going to show you how we run a test on the sensor itself. I'm going to press this trigger, and it's going to come up with the sensor IDs and the pressure as well as the temperature in this wheel. Here it goes. I mean, you could see the information it displayed for a flash second. And it gave us the sensor ID, and it gave us the temperature of this tire. And so for that, this is how we try to assist and make sure our customers get the best of safety during our service. So having taken you around what the TPMS system looks like, and the sign that shows you what the TPMS system is on your dashboard, I would like the viewers to also know that before you become so worried and think of visiting a tire service center, a few things you can do to get that light out. One is you could regauge your tires. Most times you find the minimum or the average specific pressures of each wheel as specified by the manufacturer by the side panel of your door. Just open the inner side of your door, you're going to see them there, either on the side or on this way. You read through, or you go through your owner's manual, you're going to see what the specific pressures are. Please mind you, if you are looking at pounds square inch or you're looking at the kilopascal, there are about 3 measurement scales, so you need to know what is specified there, how to convert it. These are things you could find online, or just but most of them are always specified in PSI. All you need to do is regauge your tires to those specific numbers. drive your car for a while, short burst. When I mean short burst, I don't mean top speeds, but just for a short distance, and I'm sure you have that light go off. Also, for cars that are fitted with TPMS sensors on the spare tires, that could be a bit tricky. While you are gauging the four wheels on your tires, please remember to gauge that of your spare tire. That could always be a culprit in such cases. After doing all of this, your pressures are right, you're done, and you still can't get that light out. Please, for safety reasons, visit a qualified auto service and tire service center to have it checked out. We've come to the end of our TPMS lessons on AutoCare by BLAISE AUTOCARE. I hope you learned something on this, and in the event that you still have further questions, you see our numbers and address for further assistance. Thank you for watching.